Hey, so here we are back, and I'm still waiting on Amazon to deliver some products. And I thought, man, I got to do something. I just can't sit around and watch basketball all day long. And so I was thinking, right here on the side of the XTL 30 is where they give you a little fire extinguisher. I think it's cool, right? I mean, I'm all about safety, and I'm thinking, well, that could be nice. But what I'm also thinking about is, I'm gonna cut some trees. I'm going to be splitting some logs, and really there's nowhere on this thing to carry equipment like chainsaws or such with me. And a few years ago when I got my tractor, I made a steel scabbard holder so I could carry a chainsaw on my tractor. I saw a really cool design searching through some photos on Google, and thought, I can build that. So I welded one up, never mounted it to my tractor because I really didn't have a place to mount it without figuring out a bracket system, and I got lazy and stopped. But I'm looking at this going, hey, I've got two holes already tapped into this. They've given me screws. That's nice. I don't know what size those are. And I'm not going to put a chainsaw. I'm sorry, I'm not going to put a fire extinguisher in here. So let's maybe put a chainsaw here. It has to come out past this so there's enough room. Have to get it mounted right so it's high enough up so it doesn't get close to the track. But hey, man, that could be pretty cool. Then you get off the mini skid here and you grab your saw, do your work, put it back on and go back. So I need a couple of attachment points. It's got to be sturdy. So I thought, let's try this, see if we can do it. So that's what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you through the process of trying to fit this up myself. So fabricating something never done before, see what we can't come up with. So let's give it a shot and see. And I'm going to start by finding out the right size Allen wrench and taking this off the side. All right, let's see what size this is. Not super big. Is it 4mm? Not 4mm. 4mm is too big. Let's go 3mm. Winner, winner. All right. TONG A2070. Doesn't mean anything, but it's a 3mm Allen. That's a pretty good length screw right there. See that? I can easily get some 1/8 inch material in there holding in. Okay. So there's that. Let's push this over. Don't want to lose those. There's our bolt pattern template right there. Let's go see if we can't figure something out. Pulled a piece of 1/8 inch steel. This was used whenever we built our house. I built the banisters and railing for those and had this 1/8 inch strap. What is this? I think it's like 1.5 inch strap. Nope, 2-inch strap. And used this. And this is what mounted, and then the runners went off of it, and this was also the top plate where I had some old barn wood that I cut and cleaned up and made. It worked out pretty good. All right, so let's see. I measured that lip over there, and that's 2 inches, 2.5 inches. So I figure I need to leave a 1/4 inch extra for some safety. So I'm going to measure 2 3/4 down because I'll need to put a bend there. So 2 3/4 there. Go this way. 2 3/4. Trusty little square. I'll tell you, this is a fun little tool right here. This little mini square. It's only like 4.5 inches. But this was in a 2-pack at Christmas time at Home Depot from Milwaukee. And you don't realize how often you just need a little bitty square to measure in that 12-inch square, or I'm sorry, a standard, what is it? Standard squares, 6.5 inches. And then that 12-inch square, obviously, that I used last project, way just too big. Okay, So we got some marks right here at 2 3/4 inches. How's this mount? I could go even a little bit more. Let's see if I go to 3 inches, because I mean the holes have to be here and here, and that would take it out a little bit more. So let's measure 3 inches and see what that's going to look like. There's 3. Give us every little bit we can. Excellent. So we're not going to use the first one. We'll use the second one. And I need this to bend that way. So it needs to go like that. So we're going to put it here in our vise. That's not going to work. I have to go this way with it. Oh, good. Okay. So we'll go this way with it. Cinch it down in our vise. Like so. And then I'll bend it and beat the living tar out of it, so it'll be there. But let's mark our holes first, where we want our holes to be. So we're going to do it right here and right now. Let's put this in here and see if we can't bend it. I got this old Wilton bullet vise at an auction in a bidding war with another guy. Ended up giving, I think, like 125, 130 bucks for it. Stripped it down. Beautiful Acme gear inside. Everything's great, and just super pleased with this awesome vise. All right, got to make sure we're level here. And we're not. Want to give a good level bend. All right, so let's see if we can bend this over. Nope. What could I need to build a tool? All right, well, let's make a tool for this. We're going to cut this in half. This is never throw away steel, never what you're going to need. Lazy boys have one of these steel rods that go through there, so whenever you actuate the legs manually, it turns this rod, and these are the different attachment points for the things in the chair. Well, anyway, I had one of these that just wore out. The spring just wore it right in half and broken. I ordered these, but they have different model rods. They've changed over the years, and this was the wrong rod. So what I'm going to do is cut this in half and then make 2 benders that'll go here, and then put leverage on it and weld them and see if I can get that to bend down like that. So let's cut this off real fast and make these. What do they need to be? If you've never had a cold cut saw, these things are pretty great. All right. Either side of that and see if we can't bend it down like this. Let's weld up our nuggets. tool. Got to put some more weld on that so it won't break off, but that's our tool. Hot. That's hot. Wonder if that's going to work. Put on either side and bend. Let's find out. Yeah. Oh, look at that. She bends. Look at that. She bends. Now, pay no attention to all the stuff hitting the ground. It's by design. Look at that. Oops. Burning a hole in my channel locks. That's gonna work. Check it out. There it goes. Come on, bend with me. There it goes. Look at that. All right. Flatten that out a little bit. So there's our bracket. So we'll be able to weld and mount and put some holes in that and screw it in. Excellent. Hey, not bad for an afternoon. Build you a tool to bend some metal. Turn scrap into treasure. So here's this holder, right? And it just put a scabbard in there for any chainsaw. It's custom made for a steel. But I'm thinking this gonna go just about there, and I'll put another piece here of angle. And then I can drill 2 holes through that. 17/64 inch hole right there. Good center there. So this drill press was another item that was on closeout at Harbor Freight. This is the Central Machinery 16-speed heavy duty floor drill press. And I've been looking at it for a while. I've been looking at it for a while, and they were slowly marking it down, marking it down, marking it down, marking it down. But I'm cheap. I liked it because it has this cast iron bed on it, right? And so I figured that is probably more accurate than some of the other ones that are out there. Anyway, so they had it marked down, and it was like $225. I forget what it usually is, but like $225, and I thought that's not too bad of a deal. But I said, hey man, you not get any more off of it? It had been out on the floor for a while on closeout. This was an open box item, so anytime you buy an open box item, you have to be aware that everybody and their mother has probably come through and jacked around with this thing. And so I checked all the bolts, I checked everything about it, and it was all okay. That was fine, that wasn't my problem. But this little switch right here was missing. And I asked him, take any more off of it? That's missing. I can't even see if it works. No, you got to take it home. You got like 4 or 5, 3 days. I don't know. See if it works, but that's it. And I told him, I like, well, how am I going to see if it works if I can't even turn it on? Now, meanwhile, in the store, I'd already whittled up a little piece of wood, stuck it in there. It's just a slot, safety slot, and turned it on, or at least checked to see that it would turn on, and it would. So anyway, I get home. I bought it, obviously. I get home. Oh, let me tell you the best part about it. So he goes and looks it up in the computer. And he's like, yeah, this one's been out here for quite a while. It says $147 or something like that. And I'm like, yes, please. I'll take that. 147, I'll take it. So I bought it and get it home, and I whittle this little thing. This little sliver of wood right here, if you can see that. Not much to it. But hey, it fit in there, turned right on, it was great. The bulb was missing here. So I reached out to Harbor Freight. They have an online parts supply. And said, hey, do you have any parts for this machine? I looked up the exploded view online. Didn't have a manual or anything else. I was able to download the manual. And I'm like, yeah, we got some parts. What do you need? I said, well, I need one of these. I need the safety key. So I bought the safety key. I bought the parts needed to pull the chuck off. And it's just worked beautifully. I mean, does exactly what I needed to do. Gives you the ability to use a couple of hands for other stuff. I mean, look at this. This is a horrible makeshift little ability to drill this hole. My whole goal was to eventually get some blocks, so I could really secure stuff down. But the little drill press that you may have seen in the background was my stepfather who passed away. And anyway, it on his last leg. We did a lot with that one, but this one's very nice. Get the holes in the right spot or not? We'll find out. Let's see if this thing's gonna fit. Well, I'm doing a little fit up work here, and I popped this off so that I could get it done and then really weld it back in there really good, put a good hard weld on it. So let's put some better tacks on this and then double check our work. Okay. Pretty sturdy. Yes. All right. It's above the track. Not bad. Saw's going to be down, so not up too high. I don't know. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe it won't. Let's, got a piece back here I got to trim off. I can do that easy. Then I got to finish some welds. Okay. So here we are back here. I've got to trim, you can see right there. I got to trim this little angle off. Let me get the mounting hardware, and we will call this one done. Excellent. Can still get to that grease zert. That one I'll have to pull the sheath out. Let's get a chainsaw and put it in there and see what it's going to look like. Let's get my good old trusty farm boss here. Oh, look at that. Okay, so you can't put it that way because it's going to hit the boom when the boom comes up. So you got to turn it this way. There you go. Rod's there on the outside. The boom can go up and down. All right, got a little bit better view. There you go. So you got a Stihl MS271 Farm Boss mounted right there. That is nice. It's stable. It's well attached. And it's out of the way so the boom can go up and down as we need it to. Is a chainsaw mount for a Kymron XTL 30 going in place of the little fire extinguisher that they give you. Now, if all this catches on fire, oops, I probably should have left that fire extinguisher on here. But it's so small, I would have to get very lucky to get that open onto the engine before the whole thing just caught on fire anyway. So I don't know. We'll see. We may figure out a way to add it back, but that is a lot more valuable to me. That is sturdy. That's in there. Excellent. All right, well, you can make your own tools that you need to make. If you have an idea and some steel, you can weld up just about whatever you want. And the end result is you have something that they probably sell but didn't include that makes your life easier. I know it's going to make my life easier to have it all right here with me as I'm out. So hopefully this gives you a good idea. Hopefully you enjoy it. We'll get a video coming out. I've got some wood I got to split, so I'm going to have to buck it up. So we'll get over there where we can buck this up, drive over and see how it all works when we have one package. So thanks so much. Appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this will give you some ideas to go build something creative yourself. Thanks so much. Have a good day.